So, would you believe that the Chinese...
Deep throating a goddamn cucumber for you.
Well, you didn't hear that, guys. Like, that was cut out, so I don't know what you're on about. Garby, this is fake news. It's fake news, and I'll have no more said about this. I don't know what you're talking about, mate, at all. Like, that's fake news. It's probably some Blue SR conspiracy theory, man. Not gonna lie. Like,
was that? You're not playing the Brownstein correctly.
Sorry. Like, leave that till later on in the video. I can't.
Yeah, I know.
If any of you guys are like up to speed on like RPG Twitter, mate, it's
boomers.
It is RPG boomers. Not gonna lie, guys. It's. You know what? I don't even know. I don't even know where it's really bad. Like I could not even explain to you how bad it is. It's. You know the thing is,
they're treating their games like the fucking housing market.
It is so. It is. If only boomers cared more about the cost of living crisis as they did.
OSR.
Yeah. Oh my god, the world would be such a better place. The world would be a better place. Anyway, look. Decimate triggers. Okay. We're going to do a DM advice thread, okay? We'll see if it's actually any good. However, before we get into that, Decimate triggers, I've finally got the box ready. I'm going to put some pictures up on screen for you guys. I think it looks perfect.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at that
shine. And that shine and shit. But, like, honestly, guys, I'm telling you right now, it looks banging. I'm away tomorrow morning to the photographers. I'm leaving the stuff in, so I am. And I'm getting the photos taken. And then we're having a group meeting on Sunday with everyone to go over the basic plan of action. And then I'm hoping early next week. So what date would that be? At the time of recording,
it's going to be the 14th. 15th.
Yeah. And
sorry, 8th. Sorry, 7th or 8th.
Yeah, it'll be 9th, 10th, 11th. Look, it'll be some point this time next week. Hopefully. If the stars align and everything works out perfectly. One of the core writers did quit because they got upset with Garbro. Thanks, Garbro.
Core writers.
I can't believe that Garbro would say such a mean thing.
Yeah, so one of the core writers dropped out. So I was like, okay. And he said, like, you know what, you guys can keep the cards or whatever. It's like, nah, like, we'll keep the promo card in.
I'm sure fucking AI GPT fucking wrote a shit anyway. Fuck off.
Right, okay, fair enough. Right, are we all good? Is that all the housekeeping out of the way?
Sure.
Right, okay, let's go for this. Actually good advice for newbie DMs. Okay, this sounds like a...
Actually,
you should,
You're playing the game wrong?
Right. See, this is why I love sending all them OSR guys. Like, yeah, I just like Merkborg, and they just automatically like
mauling.
Yeah, they do. They just start seething uncontrollably, and that's what I like doing about it, because then it's
how could you like this?
And it means I just don't have to deal with any, like, I don't have to. They just don't even try and argue with me. Do you know what I mean? They just kind of
their massive jowls waggling in rage.
That's honestly what I do half the time. Like, don't get me wrong, like, Merkborg's a fun game and all, but it's not like the be all and end all. It's just genuinely.
The reaction it gets though is half the fucking fun, I swear.
Exactly, it is. It's the reaction, but like generally speaking, if I'm gonna be DMing, I either DM my own stuff or I'm gonna be DMing Morkborg, and that's about it. Like, so what are you gonna do about it, guys? Anyway, look, Garbu, you ready for this? What's this about homebrew? Is homebrew fine?
Oh goodness. Okay, so actual good advice for newbie DM. Homebrewing is fine, great even, but if you're working with an existing rule set, you specify your homebrew rules at the start of session 1, session 0. And if you really want to try out a homebrew rule for whatever reason, in the current story, start fresh. No, that's stupid.
I think that's because you
gotta stop the entire game right there. You can't use this rule. You can't discuss it. You can't talk about it.
I feel like for us it's kind of different because, like, we're both working on systems at the minute, so like the idea of like changing and tweaking stuff.
Write this?
Right. Well, anyway, let's keep going. What's the next one?
So I know 5e books look very accessible. Wait, hold on. What?
No, like, all I'm saying is, see, when it comes to like changing rules and stuff like that, I got no problem with DMs doing it as long as they're within reason. They give fair warning and, like, they're upfront about it. You know what I mean? That's about it. But if you're going to change stuff on the fly, for instance, you know what you should do on the fly? You should change your monster stat blocks. You should just do that and just like fuck with your players. Just do that. And you know what else you should do to mess with your players? Just like get your dice out randomly and just start rolling and like look at them like wide eyes and like Yeah, no, just open your eyes like wide, oh, and then gasp, and then furiously write down notes and just never mention it again. Trust me,
And,
it
like,
gets-
and, like nothing happens at all. Just
yeah, trust me. Like, it's a great way to make your players paranoid. They love it. Trust me.
what did you do? What is planning? What have you done?
What are you up to, James? You know what? Did I tell you about my last session? We played. I can't actually say the name. It's called "Don't F the Priest," right?
Oh yeah. You told me that.
And in this, in the session, there was like a jail, and pretty much the players were only allowed to release one of the prisoners. Otherwise, the rest of them were all going to get like mulchified, essentially, right? And they decided to go for the squirrel. Like, it's just a normal squirrel. It had nothing else.
Oh
going
yeah,
on with
yeah,
it.
the squirrel.
Yeah, and the squirrel decided to make a kamikaze assault into the priest's southern orifice, the back southern orifice, and it just got turned to acid instantly, and that was kind of sad. Didn't even get it.
You don't understand. The squirrel going up his ass is a pivotal plot point.
No, it was really important to the story, guys. You know, and
It's part of his arc. You could deny the squirrel his arc as
know
he's
what?
dissolved in an asshole made of acid.
You know what? It actually got a bigger reaction than any player that I can remember dying in any of my games recently. Like, the players were actually very, very upset that the squirrel died, and it's like, well, what did you think was going to happen, guys?
I'm going to need a cigarette after that. I need to go get a cigarette.
Right, well, anyway, look, that's enough stories about me. Right, what's the guy have to say about 5e then? Is he going to say it's...
So I know 5e looks very accessible and neat, and it gets new content because I wouldn't call it content. New content because it's the current version. But for the love of Gygax,
Right, you know what? Can we do a video just about how much Garbrew hates? You know what? I'm really tempted to get Jeffro on. I would actually love to get. I would love to get Jeffro on. Just we used to, and I would just sit and watch you guys. I would love to watch you guys just argue.
it's
each
just
other.
like don't say for the love of Gygax. You sound like a fucking moron. Like, oh, good heavens, for the love of Gygax and Harry Stone. Like, whatever, dude. You sound dumb. For the love of Gygax, don't start with 5e.
I mean, it's not long there. Like, not gonna lie. Like, I'm at the point where I wouldn't start with 5A. Like, you know, but
You should play BX first. Earn your wings.
right, okay, keep going.
Oh, here it is. He actually leans into it. You're stuck with very incomplete and dumbed down mechanics that you won't even know how to get around. These fucking people, dude.
Right,
These people shouldn't give anyone advice ever.
Right, so what would your if someone that has never played an RPG before, what game would you recommend them?
Who gives a shit? Just go play what you want to play. You learn somewhere. Like there's no perfect learner game. It's pick a game and you go, okay, time to learn this shit. And you just gotta. You don't go with older editions. Like, oh yeah, if you want to play 5e, you gotta level up through BX and 1e. Like, give me a break. Oh, you haven't even done 3rd edition yet? The 4th. It's just the dumbest shit. You find, okay.
Stuck on 3.5.
You fucking knave! You never enjoy Brownstein at this rate.
You know what? The only thing I will say is, I honestly, 3.5 was actually genuinely really good. But I think what did it in was the amount of like it. I think it suffers the same as like 5e, but almost worse, where it comes down to like player builds. You know what I mean?
The real problem is that we all listened to Harmony Ginger and didn't listen to the paramour of religious icon that's known as Blackmore. All right, that's the real problem here.
All right, okay. That's what we need to do. We need to work out the.
We followed the false prophet and not the true God, Blackmore. He knew Gary Gygax peripherally.
Yeah, don't be saying that. It's Steve Artisan, all right? And you know what? You know the worst thing is, like, I actually quite like Griff, but oh my god, I don't know what he's playing at with all this sort of stuff. It's really like I don't know. I think there's
Griff, you're being kind of cringe.
I think something like it's sparked his autism or something. You know what I mean? Like there seems to be something like it's activated his neurons in such a way where it's like
He's going mad over a fucking keyboard.
yeah. Anyway, what's this one?
Sir, are you having a moment?
So DM screens are for
DM
cards.
Keep your roles visible to build trust. Well, DM screens aren't to hide roles that have information in tables and charts in front of your eyeballs.
Yeah, I would agree.
DM screens are an information wall, not a keep macaroon. You can't see my roles wall. Like they're designed to help you look at DC or DR charts, or how to like the scale of certain things, monster stats you're going to use for the day, tracking player initiative. It's not just for hiding roles. You can roll outside your fucking DM screen.
I think honestly it's personal preference. However, I do agree with the sentiment of probably just roll in public. I would agree with that. Like
I can rolling in public. You can't lessen the blow to your players. But at the same time, you really shouldn't lessen the blow anyway.
Yeah,
and it's better to just let the dice roll as they roll.
I used to be on the fence of I really did used to believe, and I was quite strong about that. I thought it was okay to fudge dice from time to time, but the more and more I've thought about it, and the more I've got into it, the more I'm like, you know what? Actually, never. That's the one thing you just shouldn't do is fudge dice. I honestly, I'm really at that point for me personally. Anyway, it's the same, I'm on the same point when it comes to prepping games. I used to be obsessed with oh man, I know I have to get this ready. I have to get this ready. I have to do this and I have to do that. Whereas I'm at the point now, it's all I do is I set up maps and I make sure my maps are ready. I make sure that any tokens that I might need are all set up, and that's it. And then I just see what the players do.
More or less. I mean, the greatest piece of deep advice I can give for anyone, including what you just said, is only plan so much in advance.
Yeah.
Because your players will always completely fuck you over any chance they get.
They will. That goes without saying. You just can't. You know what? You just can't. Oh, here, Garbo, actually, you know what? I've been working on something, and I want to show you this, so I do while you're here. Because I was showing some of the guys in my Discord, so I was for the Gumload, and I was showing them this Marie Curie adventure that I'm working on. So I'm
I saw last night.
Yeah, so I'm kind of working on short 60-page designs that are going to be coming out with Death March, and one of them's a Marie Curie adventure. So I've been working on the Mad Scientist. So for the character class lead to this, it's Type 4 Super Mutant, and we got a Mad Scientist. So one of the Mad Scientist's abilities, which I really like, is Doomsday Device. Do you want to give that one a go? So. And honestly,
you begin work on a Doomsday Device, Atomic Bomb. This device will take 12 months to develop, minus 2 months for each +1 spirit the mad scientist has. So if you have 12 spirit, you're just fucking it's done.
Well, you can only have a max of 5 spirit. You know what I mean? So it's still going to take at least 2 months. You know what I mean?
The first session, I am making a bomb.
Yeah. Well, players don't last that long in Death March, so if they manage to survive 2 months, I kind of that's not bad. I'll let them away with it. So what would your players do if they had the atomic bomb will have the same capacities as a little boy? What would
if they had a little boy? I mean, it'd be fucking over, dude.
Yeah.
It'll like the fucking be this.
I have a bomb. I am a child molester, and I have a bomb.
It'd be that meme the entire time, just terrorizing.
Yeah. Well,
city states and capitals.
I mean, honestly, I think the players are going to have a lot of fun playing with that. I can tell you right now, what player are you ever going to come across where they're like, oh no, we shouldn't use this ability? That would be a terrible idea.
Atomic bomb. We should never have one of those on hand.
Yeah. You know what? Here, actually, check this one out. The blood. No, what one's another fun one I can show you? I really like this
Body
one.
Harvest.
That's just it's essentially what the Mad Scientist is, kind of like a necromancer. You know what I mean? Except it's working like mutants and stuff. You know what I mean? But for instance, the blood boiler serum. You like this one? I quite enjoyed this one.
Create 1d2 syringes of blood boiler per day. When the blood boiler serum is injected, the target must take a DR 16 plus contest or suffer 3d6 damage immediately. At the start of the victim's turn, they can attempt to make a contest again. On each failed attempt, the intensity of the serum's effect increases. Okay, so it's basically a dot.
Yeah, but it gets better, so it does. It's essentially, what's that one, Big Trouble in Little China, is it called?
Oh, where it explodes?
Yeah, that's essentially what this ability is. You know what I mean? But look, you know what I mean? Look, I'm of the belief of give players fun toys to play with, but make look, the way Death March is set up, it's designed to be extremely brutal. It's World War I, for God's sake, or this may is set a wee bit later on.
World War I analog.
Yeah, World War analog. like 1910s, 1920s. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. But like, all I'm saying is people die very, very quickly. So you know, it's a bit of a meat grinder. And like, honestly, if your players just survive the one session, like, you know, I'd let them level up. If I be honest with you. Anyway, like, sorry about that. So okay, you know what? For anyone that's interested in picking up Death March, what are you going to do with your Doomsday device whenever you finally get to play the Mad Scientist? What's you? Badly is it going to fuck up?
Well, so slot-based encumbrance is where all items have a certain number of squares they take up, correct?
Yeah, and I am not doing math, Garbo. I am sorry. Bag management is not something that I am ever interested in doing in any RPG known to mankind. This is actually what does me in Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout. Anytime.
Oh, the weight.
Yeah, no, anytime, and I'm telling you this like now, anytime I get over encumbered in any of these sort of games, I just put on God mode. It just automatically happens. Like, I'll take it off whenever I get back to town, and I'll sell all my stuff, and then it never does. Like, it's really bad. Like,
I am carrying 17 horses, and no one can stop me. So
well,
it's easier to use. Well, it's easier to use simply a non-linear form. Is it the right word? Non-linear? A non-numerical form of encumbrance where you just know how much a guy can carry. Like, no, you can't carry 17 M2 machine guns.
Yes.
You fucking moron. Put those like Jack. Just like there's a bubble of reason you can work in with simply carrying. Okay, what do you have on you? I have that. You know what? That should be fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about numbers or true. If you want to do true weight or have that weight as a point of reference, then that's fine. But I'll go ahead and read this. Slot-based encumbrance is great. Not sure how many slots to use. I find a helpful rule of thumb is to treat each slot as holding approximately 10 pounds of bulky items. If you can wear it, such as armor, it's substantially less due to the weight distribution. This makes tracking food and water easy. A day's worth of water is a slot. Food is substantially lighter. Not always. A day's worth of high-calorie dried rations is a quarter slot. Quarter slots. Ugh.
Yeah.
Assuming.
Don't bother. Just don't bother.
Yeah.
Like, once you start doing quarter slots, it's like you kind of like lost the point. You know what I mean? You want slots to be like simple and fast and like intuitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's 0.15 of a slot. Okay, fuck you. All right. Assuming normal hex crawling rules, you'll find potable water easily unless you are in a desert/arid region. Don't believe me? Look at any topographical map and hex it. There's dozens of small streams and rivers. Water is usually easy to come by. So again, slot is just another numerable you work around. I have 10 slots. Like just use logical encumbrance where you're like, well,
Garbro, I played Diablo 2 far too much, and my brain is now mush. Okay,
I only know squares.
I only know squares. Okay, I play too much Diablo. Okay, and I can't go back at this point. I can't go back. I'm sorry.
All I know is squares.
yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I get that, but still, like, it's easier to go, okay, this makes logical sense, that's fine.
You know the word. You know what I think it is as well? It's because I'm a filthy Europer, and like it cracks me whenever Americans put everything in pounds. Like, can you not use stone? Please just use stones as well. Please use stones as well. Please. No, this is actually it's ridiculous. It is good. It's like you do this as well with numbers and stuff. Instead of saying 1,500, you'd be like 1,500. It's like, no, where? That's not how you do it. Okay, stop. Just stop.
I love writing the. So I write humanity fuck yes stories for another channel, and I put all my measurements in pounds and feet and shit, and the Europeans just mauled in the comments every fucking time. Only fucking morons use pounds. I'm like, okay, Europor, calm down.
The thing is, UK is really weird. UK does use pounds and it does use miles, but you would use stones as well. You know what I mean? Like 14 stone to a pound. You know what I mean? or if you do in wood, like, you know, for instance, for your cock, you know, you'd use inches.
Say what, like bricks?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Well, it's so funny, like how do you measure lumber in England?
Yeah, that's in inches.
Lumber?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
So we use ricks.
What's next?
A rick or a half rick?
You know what? I don't even want to know. Keep going. What the fuck? What does this fucker have to say about arrows?
So a rick of wood is a 4 feet high, 8 feet long, roughly a foot and a half. About 4 feet high, 8 feet long, and it's about a rick of wood. So it's measured in like complete length. So a rick, it's a 4x8 by like 16 inches parcel of wood. It's called a rick.
No, I wouldn't use that term, but yeah, I use like 2x4. You know what I mean? Like that sort of.
But don't worry, a rick is made of cords.
Wait, okay, so you guys are gonna use licks, but you're not. You're not gonna use stone then.
Hey! There are three ricks to a cord. Okay, it makes complete sense.
Fuck off. What does this fucker have to say about ours? What does he have to say?
Tracking arrows is simple. Hash marks and get half the arrows back after combat. I'm about to just roll for it.
Yeah, I would have players roll for it.
Because we'll letting arrows shatter on contact. They don't always come out clean and not broke to shit.
Most of the time,
I know.
Most of the time, what I do is I just buy an ungodly amount of arrows. Like, anytime I
have 6 gorillion arrows.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do every single time. Every single time. No, I've got. Don't tempt me. I've got jokes.
It only takes up 1 slot on your square system, nerd. 6,000 arrows. Thank you, GM.
Yeah.
Clean it up, Jenny.
Yeah, they're like bobby pins. What are you on about, man? They're like bobby pins from Fallout. You know what I mean? They're like that's
16 million lockpicks. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's like a free Scott, man. What are you on about? They don't weigh anything. Like, what's this about? So people care what happens to them more than your story. Yeah, I would agree with that. Want to get someone to hate a baddie? Have the bad guy ruin something of theirs? Good GMs use this technique extremely sparingly. I would agree with that. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go about it. Like
a lot of GMs hope and pray that players care about anyone with themselves. Like, oh no, he's burning the countryside. We have to help them. And I've learned very fast that players don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they're gonna let the place burn down. It's like, is there gold though? Where's the sweet?
Wait, he killed my hometown? Fuck that dude! And now they're on track to kill the big bad evil. You gotta figure out some way to incorporate player character and player character backstory into your big bad, or they're not going to give a singular fuck.
Nah, they just won't. I would completely agree with that. I think it's funny that it isn't brought up more often, if I be honest with you. Like, it's something that it feels very intuitive that everyone knows, because look at how badly players, like every player is just horrible to NPCs 90% of the time, you know? Like, they really are.
Just really mean.
They're really mean for no reason whatsoever. And I've got fun NPCs, okay? I got Joey Diaz as a barman. I got Joey Diaz as a piss fish. I got like four. I've got like another like 6
piss fish.
Yeah, it was in Fecal Lands. You wouldn't get a Garbu because you don't want to play it.
Oh, of course, your Indian game.
Right, let's see. What else does he have to say? Go in the open dome. Yeah, we already said about that. Oh wait, no. Dominion, Awaken the Glam. Yeah, what's this one?
So, domain making and granting domains as a reward for quests is a great way to invest your players into the world. Give them titles and land. Adventuring is for people who are looking for high risk, high reward pile of gold. So basically, have rewards also be like ranks and titles, not just like piles of gold or gear. Like, hey, here's a fief.
I mean, one of the greatest characters of all time, one from Game of Thrones that just wanted that castle, you know? Braun, he was banging. Like he just wanted that castle. Like he was. I still think about him. He's who I want to be someday. You know.
It's fucking James in the bed with this fucking frame picture of him. Like I think about you every day.
I am though. It's kind of like I would say he's like my Ryan Gosling because he's literally me. You know.
He's my Ryan. He is Knuff.
He's literally me though. You guys just wouldn't get it. Like I am Braun of the Blackwater. Like, come on, guys.
You don't get it. He's literally me.
Right, okay, what else do they have? Go in the open, we already talked about that. Systems that
it's
encourage
obvious.
group party construction in addition to individual character creations are good, especially if they tie in a location. Looking at you beyond the wall. I've never actually played about with that.
So they encourage groups as party construction. I mean, that's kind of just an obvious kind of thing where you all kind of. Well, thing is, most parties most players I've dealt with all kind of talk to each other.
Yeah.
About what they're going to make. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I've had really good players that I've always done that. There's no like, I'm making a rogue. Fuck you. Like, it's none of that going on. It's just like, hey, I'm making this. Do what we need. What we need. I think we need this. And like, I've had players the last, I think 7 or 8 groups go, like, hey, like, what are you going to do? Okay, I want to do this. What are you going to do? And they kind of do it automatically. Yeah, so I'm not really sure there's really a rule needed.
I don't know, unless I'm like kind of lucky in that regard, generally speaking.
Maybe.
Generally
but like,
speaking.
you can't. But even then, you shouldn't force it. Like, you shouldn't like, hey, you're going to work together.
I mean, like, I do love, like, all one class parties. You know what I mean? I do love, like, you know, see, like, an entire group made up of just paladins. That is fun. Anyone who says it's not fun, you need to try it
Are you
out.
talking about the old paladin party?
That's what you need. You know what? You know what the saddest thing is about the old paladin party? It's not actually a storytime light up. The guy looted it himself, so he did. It's all.
Oh, well, he's writing a story then.
Yeah, it's not actually.
I mean that's fine, but it's not nearly as cool.
I know, it just like, it's fun and all. Like, don't get me wrong, the old paladin party is a great story and it's lots of fun and it has some good points in it and all, but it's not like,
it lacks that classic thing of these are people doing this.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that's what I loved about so many like RPG light up story times is because, like, you know, let's be serious, with the 90% of like 4chan green text stories, you know, like heavily embellished.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know, but when it comes to like storytime light ups, I'm okay with like suspending disbelief. You know, because again,
what was really funny was it's funny because how the Yellow Skeleton Party was not embellished at all. They actually did that shit.
Well, they had fun. Okay, that's what having fun's all about.
God forbid they have fun and kill a paladin rectally.
Oh, Garbro, what's this?
Kill your sacred cows. BX is great. A&D is great. BPTA is anyway. There's good ideas to be found in lots of different systems. It's okay to want to play a better system that isn't a D20 roll over/under. I'd argue that there are some dice mechanics that achieve D&D goals better than D&D Forbidden Lands. I mean, yeah, that's fine to think that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think people should play as many systems as it. You know who plays an ungodly amount of systems? The T-shirt historian.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking like connoisseur of that shit.
Like I don't think there's one person on earth that's played as many systems as him. Like, it's actually ridiculous how many. Him,
Ironcaster, and I think Grim too. Doesn't Grim play a lot of systems too?
Yeah, Grim plays an ungodly amount of systems. Like, ungodly. I've no idea how they even pick up on half. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, it's supposed like most RPG, like, you know, tabletop games run
Sacred Seagull Adventures. Where do you find this? Like they find the weirdest damn games.
Yeah. What's this? Mongolians make fucking awesome scary bat. Yes, they do. Who is it? It was the orcs from Warhammer Fantasy. And let's be serious. I was talking to some Asian guy the other day.
I wouldn't call them Mongolian. The Mongolians are the ogres.
No, the orc. Let me show you. They had the helmets. 1980s.
Oh, yeah, the old orcs. You mean? Okay.
Fantasy orcs.
See, they had the peaked Mongolian hats in them days.
Yeah, that there is the type of thing I'm on about. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Honestly,
which they left behind for some reason.
I know. You know what? I love pig-faced orcs. And I can't.
Porks?
Yeah, there's something. I just love green.
Porks are generally a Japanese thing.
Are they? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So for the most part, porks are kind of a Eastern orc, and then the Western orcs are kind of these toothy, tusky guys.
Oh, did you see that with? I don't even know. I don't even know anything about it. Did you see that whole thing about the orc family? Did you see that? You know what? I'm still
in the Lord of the Rings movies or shows coming out.
Yeah, the sad orc baby and stuff. It's like
little fucking like little goblin baby and his fucking goofy ass looking wife. Yeah. I saw it.
Nah, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't know anything about it. I literally don't know a thing about it. I've just seen it pop up from time to time, and it keeps popping up, and I'm like, I'm not watching it. I'm not getting involved. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I'm not doing it. I'm just not. Like, next post, guys. I'm not prepared to talk about it. Okay.
We don't have the strength currently to talk about it.
What's this one? What's this? Prepare a scenario.
Prepare a scenario or request that's more tailored to one of the characters that could use more of the spotlight. Is a character from some organization, have them make an appearance, have its members directly engage said character as the person of authority in the group because he's one of them. I've also had luck separating the party for a short while, so the more wallflowery members were forced to step up. Basically, just engineer a scenario where there's a lot of social engineering with fucking being a DM. That is true, and you don't realize you're doing it until you go, oh fuck, and you realize you're creating these entire. tamper monkey. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But you don't realize you're doing it until you kind of go, wait a minute, and you realize you're fucking tailoring or trying to force some players like out into the spotlight for a few minutes. You know, like, hey, these guys like what you like. You know, they too like baking bread naked with wearing only an apron. Like, oh my god, it's my thing. You know, you kind of like, because you gotta make your players talk. Like, and it sounds dumb, but some players don't want to talk or engage with stuff.
I get that, and I feel like there is some players that I've came across that just are not interested in roleplay at all, and they're just there for combat. And like, don't get me wrong, if that's what they're into, that's what they're into. And I've tried it with, I don't know, it is something that I've tried to achieve, and maybe it's a skill issue, but I have not been able to achieve this personally, you know. And again,
really,
I think that's a skill issue on my part, you know.
Well, don't get me wrong, it is difficult because if you do it in too blatantly, it's like, well, I don't want to do that. Like, it shows. I mean, if you do it wrong, it's going to show clear, and I do air quotes here, favoritism to that player for that particular session, and other players get uppity about it and shit. Like, if you're not subtle enough, you'll like piss off the other players.
Yeah, you will. But again, like, you know, I had that quite a bit with what game was it? It was a campaign a few years back. Icewind Dale. It was the Icewind Dale game, and it's because everyone played orcs, and I was the only person with charisma, and I wasn't even a face. I was just literally the only like human in the party, so I was pretty much done like all interactions outside of.
Why are you guys human always speaking for us? Because you have -2 charisma, you dickhead.
And, like, so everyone I kind of felt like I felt a lot of the time as if am I hogging at all? Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, you were the face for like you're basically the mechanical face. It wouldn't fail checks and such.
Well, and even then, I didn't even have like a high charisma. Like, I wasn't aiming for high charisma. It was just because
it's just higher than theirs.
It was just marginally higher than theirs, and marginally at that. And it was just because they're like, I don't know. It's like, James, you're the human. You sort it out, you know. And then I had like a couple sessions where I was like, you know what? Like, I really feel like I feel like it's too much about me, you know what I mean? And I don't want to be at that, so I kind of took a step back. But then everyone was kind of like, "Yo, James, are you all right? You know, like, is everything all good with you? You know what I mean?" Like, they were.
What's really funny is it's like when players get tired of that, they go, "Oh, sorry, but players got a cold, he can't talk," and they'll force the others to talk instead. that always makes you laugh. Like, "Oh, sorry, my guy's got a throat thing, he can't talk right now. You go ahead though."
Oh no!
I'm like, oh no!
Are you tired of overreaching and overbearing censorship on important and non-important issues? Well, you're in luck. For just $7.50 a month, you can get access to over 60 hours of completely uncensored and unhinged schizo takes from Megan and James. From us.
I mean, look, it's 60 hours at the minute. Every week we do a minimum of like 3 hours.
Yep.
So, you know.
You get a lot of content.
There's a lot on there.
A lot of content. Ranging from... or even... yes, they are that spicy. Even the name of the topic must be censored. We can't even promote it on YouTube. You can stream or download all the videos from Gumroad and cancel your membership at any time. Though new videos every week on average come to 2 to 3 hours long, so we can really go in depth on any topic. And we are not strangled by the YouTube algorithm.
That's a big issue I always find.
Yeah. We can be open and uncensored and not have to worry about any of that.
If you want to talk about a subject, YouTube really promotes, you're going to have to get that done in 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. But on this, we can really take our time and really delve into it.
And most weeks we do bonus off-topic videos. And yes, we even have a teaser video you can download for free from neckbeardia.co.uk. In it, we talk about Northern Ireland for 4.5 hours.
I don't even think we scratched the surface.
No,
guys.
It's to try and help you understand who we are as people, our worldview, and how we can kind of be aliens to most people. If any of that sounds good to you, go ahead, links down below, and let's get back to the video.
A town, 5 houses with 5 families. 3 are farmers, one's a miller, one's a timberwright, and his younger son is trying to learn metalsmithing to replace the nails and farming equipment in the town. There's a manor house with a stone wall and a local lord. He's benevolent and offers his home as refuge if the town is raided. Your party starts while dining in his great hall. They rarely attract interesting visitors. The town is within riding distance to a military outpost on the border of civilization. That's all you need for session 1. I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah, that's
just a small place to launch, not complicated. It's not a goddamn inn or some damn thing. Like, people always go, "Oh, you find yourselves in an inn." Like, well, it's cliche for a reason, because no one because it's like, yeah, you're traveling together, and oh yeah, you all have a common goal of common goal.
I mean, okay, so I will say about Black Lodge Games, their Kickstarter's almost finished, so it is, and it's, instead of starting in a tavern, it's starting a brothel, but there's actually very little sex in it, so like, I don't get it.
That's just a sexy tavern, though.
Yeah,
come on.
I mean, like, yeah,
A brothel is a sexier tavern with fucking better drinks, probably.
yeah, pretty much. What else does this traps are more interesting if you show them the trap and force them to figure out mechanics? I don't know about that, guys, not gonna lie. There's been quite a few times where I've watched people just parse through traps and just call it a day because they know that they can tank the damage.
Which is why I love, like, claymores, because you ain't taking that damage, son.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Hit the tripwire touch on mine. That's a shame, because you've lost both your legs. How could you do this? I said you saw a wire, you fucking dickhead. Like,
Why, like, this is another thing. Like, why doesn't 5e have, like, a dismemberment table? Like, it sounds like such a simple thing that should be there,
I think they assume you'll just figure it out, because a lot of games have either a table, like I have a table, or they have an effect where if you roll a natural 20 for an attack, you roll on an injury table, and some of them are dismemberments, some are like, it depends on what game you're playing, but I don't think modern D and Done has. Or do they? Because the book's not out yet, is it?
I don't believe so. But like, do you want to talk about that? The taco stuff. Like, I don't even
taco.
Yeah, you know the taco art picture where like
TACO, not THACO. Now I'm trying. I was like, you want to discuss taco here?
Are you talking about taco?
Okay. Yeah, but it's just funny because you call it taco. Anyway,
Why do you call it taco?
So
like the Mexican food.
Because it's funny. Anyway, but so with this whole art thing, they have like these. Pull the image up.
Right. Where do I find it? Who's got it? Who's got it on Twitter?
On my page.
On your page, do you have it?
Yep. You gotta scroll down through media. You'll find it.
Let's see.
Media. No, just go to
media.
Just go to media.
All right, where is it?
Go down.
Oh, there you go. That's it there. Yeah.
So and then you find the bigger one on Lee's post right there in the there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Right,
so they're in a dungeon, which I get.
Is that a dungeon?
So look at the background.
Oh my god.
That's a dungeon. There's a dude lurking in the fucking doorway. Like they're in hostile enemy territory and they're fucking snacking.
Look, you know what? Look, all I can say is, look, the market's not for me. I'm not the person buying 5e products, so they're not gonna create artwork to my personal tastes. Yeah, is that fair to say?
Thing is, it gets weirder because number one, I think that's the fucking feast spell. So he spent 1,000 GP on the spell because you have a fucking metal bowl to summon this fucking thing.
I mean, like, come on, the guy's a half. Well, he's a halfling. Come on, it adds up.
But still, you spend 1,000 GP to summon a feast in a dungeon when there's fucking enemies behind. Like, are these people just fucking stupid?
Yeah.
and then you have samosas and tacos and sushi and noodles and
you gotta put a pumpkin there,
like red bean fish and it's too much. It's just too much.
Bro, are you like some from a bigot that doesn't like ethnic food?
I am white, so I was born a bigot, don't you know?
Yeah, I suppose that adds up. You know what I mean?
It's part of my DNA.
I am the oppressor.
I am the oppressor.
The only thing that kind of annoys me, like I get, like it's something that I just don't really care about, and I do find, like, I find it hard to believe that whoever's in charge of like the current art direction and style, it's hard to look at something and be so uninspired, you know? Like, it's so hard to look at something and be like,
you saw how Concord is shutting down, right? Like fucking. So that new fucking hero shooter Concord. It's been out for 2 weeks and it's shutting down.
Yeah, so I thought only like
same fucking people, dude.
Yeah,
same fucking people.
Now,
like, they're like, oh, they're gonna love this. Like, oh, they don't like it.
So the bit that I hate about this photo is the orc. I hate the tusks.
Tusks.
Yeah.
So there's no lip roll. So even in my universe, the upper or bottom canines elongate. Now the upper canines elongate is going to press the bottom lip inward because they have to fold over your lip. Yeah. Bottom lip is going to fold the bottom lip outwards. So it's just a lot of people are saying that this is a traced over AI image as well.
Could be. You know, honestly, you know what? I'm not opposed to the idea of artists using AI in the workflow for like concepts and stuff. You know what I mean? Like getting like basic outlines and stuff.
Some guy was pointing it out where like these little odd things, like how the pinky looks on the orc, or how there's one. He kept pointing out the faces and the hands, about there were like little weird things that artists wouldn't do. Now, to be fair, my artist drew 6 fingers because he forgot that he drew one in the fucking trigger well. Not. But like it's just, you know, there are weird things.
Yeah, they
pointed out.
Yeah, there is some like weird stuff in there. Here, hold up a second. What's the Asian doing eating noodles?
Yeah, imagine that. The Asian elf eating noodles, shocking, with chopsticks. That's not racist or anything.
You know, that's quality. Like,
me eat noodle with chopstick.
You know what? I'm not even encouraging that sort of stuff. I'm just gonna keep going. Like back to the thread, guys, because like I'm just
okay. Right, overland travel. Overland travel can be fun. The trick is treat your players like they aren't stupid. I mean, that's a hard thing.
Have you met any of my players?
have you met any players at all?
Yeah. You know, they're not stupid. Like, they enjoy the bounce. Okay, they have fun. The guys are just having fun. Okay.
We're just having a good time with the boys.
Yeah,
gosh.
exactly. For God's sake.
So players should be able to plan ahead. This is a simple matter of marking off a ration. I mean that's regular travel, dude. You said nothing, you dipshit. That's how all travel works. God, you can make travel fun. You just say where you want to go and then mark off rations. Brilliant. Thank you, Anon, for fucking laying that out for us. Truly, you're a mind among minds.
That's the top tier game design. Right, let's see what else does he have to say before he actually comes off with something that makes me look hard.
I use hex crawling, but I always use the same protocol. One sentence to describe the general layout of the skip. They are carrying rations. Do they want to hunt and save rations in the event they get lost? Fish, forage. Don't force them to do anything. Don't force them to do anything. Just let them process through each area of terrain and discover the world as it emerges before them. Brilliant. How have we not thought of this before?
Yeah.
Campfires are for role-playing. At the end of the day, you make camp. Maybe weather impairs this. Ask your players how they would solve the problem. Perhaps they are close to the orc nest and a fire would alert the orcs. Orc nest? What? Do they chance it? Build our orcs birds in this fucking setting?
I mean,
tweet. I'm a birdie.
I mean, I've heard...
Tweet.
I would describe the goblins living in a nest, so I would, but not orcs.
Not orcs, yeah.
No, I wouldn't imagine orcs living in a nest.
It's just orc in a tree. I want to fuck! I'm looking for a mate! I'm also looking for a mate. Yeah, but use male. Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, you guys trying to fuck too? Are there no females around? I mean, actually, a good skit. Actually, thinking about it, that'd be a great skit.
Are we gonna make female orc just Hulk Hogan with a pussy?
I mean, I can't say that joke. I can't say that joke.
All right. Okay.
Have you seen X? I can't say that joke.
Mate, do you see the most recent one at the minute with them two girls? Mate, so there's 2 girls.
Oh, the 2 porn stars.
Yeah,
Packers.
Yeah. And they're so upset about it. It's so odd.
And then you got this trans person going, our gender is not your costume.
That's comedy gold.
Like, are you so unaware?
You know what I love the most about it all is I just love the idea of like, when you look at these 2 women, it's like there's not even a question in your mind. It's like, yeah, no, they're just women. You know?
These are definitely women.
These are just definitely.
This is a woman.
Yeah, like, you know, the thing is, like, even I think this is what's got me. I think this is what's really like. See, when it comes to like, what is it where girls getting bogged recently? Have you seen girls getting bogged recently? It's really bad over here. I'm telling you. Like, bogged, like bogged off brothers. Like, you know, a lot of work done. You know what I mean? A lot of fillers.
Oh yeah, they're fucking sleeper cells. Yeah. They get their nose redone and all this other shit, and their kid comes out ugly as fuck. Like, what the fuck happened?
Like, see if I see any women that are like under the age of like 30 that looked bogged. I just honestly, I'm at the point where I just assume that they're trans. You know what I mean?
Well, no. Well, see, the problem is actually a guy in Korea, or I think it was Korea or China, where he actually sued his wife for giving him ugly kids.
I saw that one. No, that's not true. That's not true, actually. No. So what happened was, right, that was originally, right, so that was an advert. So it was for a plastic surgery company. So it was in Korea, though. It was, and apparently apparently the woman that did it, like did the photo shoot, she didn't originally like. She just like went over and like took photos, but they were never told like what they were for or whatever. And then in real life, she started getting like a ton of hatred for it and stuff online and stuff. It really fucked with her modeling career because she wasn't able to like do any more of it after that, you know. I can't remember who. Someone did a video on it. You need to find that. I think it might have been.
So it's only an ad then.
Yeah, it was an ad, but it's still like you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it might have been because it was in Korean as well. That's probably why when I came to like. Because it's old, it's from like 2002 or 3.
It's old as shit.
Yeah, it's an old one, and I think it probably got mixed up with translation that you know what I mean, that it is an actual advert. You know, it won't fix your ugly kids essentially as a tagline. Honestly, what is it with Asians and marketing? They got no chill. Like they really have no chill when it comes to marketing at all. You know. But
I like the banana milk thing, where it's like this guy in a giant banana, like throwing bananas out of his nose. I always like that one.
Well, yeah, I don't even know if I can talk about the one about the washing powder one.
Oh, I don't know. where the guy goes from white to black.
Yeah, it's like, well, don't mix colors, guys. And so
to be fair, it's pretty fucking funny. Like the kind of going, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Right, do you want to keep going, or are we going to? Like, I don't want to talk about rations. I don't want to talk about campfires. Let's keep going.
Yeah, that's
boring.
It's like this guy. He's posting obvious things that any book would fucking tell you.
Insert flash meme here. Boring. Yeah. Boring. North of sea. Is there anything decent?
Go some fucking goals.
Like, Garb, what? You know what? How far are we in? Fuck, we're 51 minutes in.
Probably a while. 51 minutes in?
Yeah, we're 51 minutes in.
Jesus.
Guys, what advice would you give to a new DM that we haven't talked about yet? What would you give the advice for someone? My advice would be a player for a bit. At least be a player for a handful of sessions. You know? That's.
I would say don't be afraid to DMPC something. Just if you have a DMPC, they should be a tool, not a literal character you're playing. Because then you're just trying to dual wield the duties of DM and player. You shouldn't do that. Like if there's like a gap in the party you got to fill, then by all means pull some schmuck and have him fill that gap. But don't use that.
Even then, you don't have to. You could put that in like a hireling or something. You know what I mean? Like let the players have control of them.
We'll still. I was going to say, like, don't use them like a DMPC. Have them be a tool your players can use. Like, I like, because no matter what you do, the DM's has a control that the hireling, that the role play is that hireling. So you can't avoid it. You really can't. Just treat them as an NPC, not as a dungeon master character. They should just be an NPC that's a bit more zhushed than the other NPCs.
You could argue to a certain extent every single NPC is a DM character. You know what I mean?
Well, yes. So that's why I kind of go, okay, don't use DMPCs. That's cringe. Like, you're going to use them all the time because you are playing as every NPC in this game. Like, there's no way to avoid it.
Everything that's not a player, essentially.
Well, yeah, but a lot of DMs get shamed. I can't believe you would use this. Like, well, I play fucking everyone else, guy. Like, well, why can't I use this one?
I think it's just
it's just kind of silly.
It's how you use it, you know what I mean? And again, like, you know, I think that boils down to a skill issue, though. Whereas 90% of people that do, I think what a DM player character is, it's kind of like real golden to a certain extent. Like, I'm not completely
kind of. Yeah.
I kind of buy into the idea of it's okay to use them, but the players can never realize that they're there. You know what I mean? Like, you need to really make sure that they will never see that. And if they even get a hint of it, then you're going to have to go off for a bit, at least.
Well, they should never sunset the characters. They should never overshadow them. They should just be, they're simply a periphery the players can interact with.
I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go back to my example of the mad scientist, where I like the idea of giving players like really fun toys, and I really love the idea of be fans of your players. You know what I mean? Like, almost like you don't like be rooting for them to a certain extent. You don't want them to, like, if they die, they die. Like, you know, that's kind of out of your hands. Like, you know, let the dice decide that. You know, but I don't know. I don't know how to put it into words exactly. What's that? What's wrong, baby? You've barely touched your hero's feast.
Your hero's feast.
Mate,
SpaghettiOs and fucking potato squares.
mate, you know the worst thing is fucking Aussie loves them wee shady smiley faces. Like they've got
So in our house, we'll have a day where we make mashed potatoes and dinosaur nuggets and broccoli and gravy, and we make our own little fucking like Jurassic Mountain of food. And we always try and decide who has the best like diorama of like chicken nuggets. Sorry, of like dinosaur nuggets, because I missed out with a lot of stuff with Lou due to all this fucking court stuff that's finally over, and she's at her house now, which is fine. But like, hey, we want to have dinosaurs. She's fuck yeah, let's get dinosaurs. So it'll be me and her side by side making little dinosaur nugget dioramas in the kitchen. Meanwhile, the wife's like, "Would you guys please fucking eat?" We're like, "No,
I'm playing with my foods. Leave me alone."
I'm making a T-Rex cage. Shut up, wife. Yeah, mom.
Shut up, Mom. You control.
I'm 18 now.
I can do what I fucking will, please. Where was I gonna go? Do you want to? Will we bother talking about anything that's going on Twitter?
Oh goodness, we can go over it. Just a quick overview of why you should not let Grandpa out of a goddamn home.
I feel like no, you know what? I don't want to even get into it. I feel like, you know what, guys, if you're really interested in that sort of stuff, check it out yourself. You know what I mean? Check it out yourself and just.
If you go on my page, you can find your way.
Yeah,
find your way there.
Because I'm just gonna leave that up on the screen. I'm not actually gonna be able to post that. I mean, that's funny as fuck. It sticks out the top.
God, dude. It's like a goddamn like soft serve swirl. Dude. What the fuck?
I know. That's what gets me about it. You know. But where was I gonna go with all this? Yeah, so you
don't be afraid to not follow the advice of people who are 40 years older than you, for God's sakes. Like, they're gonna tell you a lot of dumb shit, like you're doing this wrong, you're playing pretend wrong. Just fucking ignore them. Read some blogs, watch some online games, and kind of just find your own fucking way.
Yeah, honestly, I completely. And you know what? Like, you know, let's be serious. Everyone plays their own. Like, so one of the things that's really kicked off about all this sort of stuff is boys are complaining about Shadow Dark, essentially. You know what I mean? They're complaining about Shadow Dark because it made a lot of money.
Sir, it's called Shadow Shark. I'll have you know. Look, I fucking love 4chan for picking that goddamn name up, dude.
Look, honestly,
stunning.
I honestly, I know fuck all about Shadow Dark. If I be honest with you, like I've never like even.
It's just fucking OSR. It's the exact same fucking thing. Except she made it not cringe and made for old men who've like fucking had like 13 fucking grandchildren or some shit.
She put in like some like more 5e mechanics. Essentially, she made it more like 5e friendly to a certain extent, and she made an awful lot of money. Like she generated over $1 million, and she did very, very well, and I'm very happy for them. As I say, I don't know much about the game, but there's a lot of people that also like RPG books, and essentially they're very upset.
Are malding?
They are fucking malding, like absolutely.
I can't believe she used marketing, that bitch.
You know what? And it really, like, I'm just being straight up. It really does fucking triggers me, guys. Not gonna lie, because I'm of the. It's like, how dare you be more successful than me? Do you not know who I am? You know what I mean?
Get back in the bucket with the crabs. Hunger for more crabs. Get back in the bucket.
Like, can you not just be happy that, like, you know, if someone is making something and it's actually a good product and it actually takes off, why are you being so upset about it? Like, why are you getting your knickers on?
Like, brother, we took money from WTC. It's a fucking win for all of us.
Yeah, like, honestly, that's my view on it. My view is and even then, I'm okay with Wizards. I'm actually completely on board with Wizards because I've got no interest in, like, playing with people that appreciate this artwork. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, it's a win all round,
you
guys.
Like this, you subhuman?
Like, does this get you excited to play, like, role-playing games? I couldn't imagine anything more boring than this. Like, ugh. But yeah, essentially, she did very well, and I feel like everyone does marketing to a certain extent. I feel like, especially with a lot of OSR guys, their marketing pretty much sinks down to put a product up for sale on drive-thru and hope it sells. And that's
Bro, they don't market. They market to each other.
Yeah, they
but
market.
never market out anywhere else. Like she
Yeah.
had all these avenues. She went, I want to use these fucking avenues.
Yeah,
And
I'm
like,
gonna do that.
oh my god, I'm successful. How'd this work? That's crazy. Like,
You know what? I'm just like, I'll put it up on screen here to give you guys an idea. So I like honestly, I hardly do. Well, no, it's not that, but I hardly like what I mostly do is Facebook ads. You know what I mean? I've got a couple different websites, and they do quite well. Yeah. Well, they do quite well, right? And like that's my last 30 days. All right, I'm telling you right now. Like if you're looking to like make fat stacks of money, it's not an RPG books. All right, I think honestly, I'm of the belief that if you want to do RPG books full time, definitely that is possible. Will it be a struggle? Yes, it most definitely will be a struggle. However,
do you love the taste of top ramen?
I think no, but all I'm saying is it's a creative hobby, it's a creative industry. Why not get creative with marketing? You know what I mean? Like, what's the harm in getting creative with marketing? It's like, no, the only thing that you're allowed to do market is like go on each other's podcasts and like show it on Twitter, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Have your own fights.
Yeah, that's the only. Like, and if you dare to do anything other than that, well, you know what? You're just bad for the hobby, and that's like Watsy marketing, by the way. So I don't know what you guys are on about. Like, see, like the.
Do you know who else use ads? Hitler.
That's what it feels like, man. I'm not even joking. I'm not.
I know. That's why it's funny to me.
I'm like, like if you are creating a product that's being dedicated to being sold, like, don't get me wrong, like I really enjoy Deathmarch, I really love Deathmarch, but I think it's more, at this point, I consider it more like a labor of love, because I think, will people buy it? Yeah. How many people, like, let's say...
Well, you found alternative avenues to help fund your passion.
Yeah. But like, I feel like with Deathmarch, like, how many people, whenever it actually comes out, let's say 1,000 people back the Kickstarter, how many of them people are going to actively be playing it with parties? I would say top, like, maybe 100 people. You know what I mean? Like, Garber, how many people do you think back to your Kickstarter, and how many people? And again, like, I think, Garber, you're the only person that this doesn't apply to. But I think anyone that you've met that's into RPG books has a fucking library of shame of systems and books that they've never played. And I'll stick my hand up right now. I've got many books that I've never been able to touch. All right, and that's okay, because again, like, there's a lot of books that come out and you're like, oh, that sounds really interesting, I might use some of that, or I might get some of that. And again, that's how your game develops. That's how, and again, I like the idea of calling it a game at this point. Like, it's not really, like, even people that are playing 5e, how many of your own high schools have you introduced? It's more yours than Wizards, you know what I mean?
Oh, you mean like a baseline 5e and then you start tinkering with it? Like it's basically a soup recipe. Like, yeah, you could follow it, or you add a little potato here, a little more carrot here, and you make a whole new fucking recipe.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, again, like, there's all those boys at the minute that are banging on and on about Ghouls is Written, and if you like playing Ghouls is Written, good for you. That's all I can
say. If you don't like Rules as Written, fuck you. You're playing the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like, who was it? It was Harmony put it up the other day. It's like, Harmony, what's your favorite color? Green. Well, actually, you're fucking ridiculous, because it actually is blue. Okay, if you don't like blue,
bro, Harmony is literally a flare to show all the retards are at. I swear to God,
it feels like.
All right. Fire Harmony, twee! It's like, they come fucking flowing out the wood line like a bunch of goober fucking skinwalkers. It's ridiculous.
I don't know, the whole situation's ridiculous. I don't really want to. I feel like I'm letting you guys down by like not actually getting into it. We are talking about it.
Just say it's gay, because it's gay and boring.
Gay, right? It's gay and boring. And the thing
is gay and dumb, and I don't know. Like I shouldn't be even commenting on it, because I find this shit funny, and I like to poke the bear, like, hey, boomer. And of course he had this post where like, oh, we're gonna conserve Brownstein, and he spelled it wrong twice. And now it's me and Victor fucking clowning on him, like, hey, Brownstein. It's just
I don't know.
Like, if you are over the age of 6 making games, you should have your fucking grandson check over your tweets before you make anything, because
don't get me wrong. Like, the problem is, I like all these guys, though. At a certain level, I do appreciate a lot of the guys, but I feel like a lot of the guys involved in a lot of this sort of stuff, and a lot of the shouting and whinging and all this sort of stuff. It's like it's pure autism. It's pure, and I think that's unironically what it is. I feel like people are getting the autism out of the bag, and it's something like it's activating boys' neurons the wrong way, and it's just.
And that's why I always wear I wear my autism on my sleeve at all times.
I mean, like, I think for me, like, the way I get away with a lot of stuff is I just don't take anything seriously, like, at all, especially when it comes to, like, anything online. If it's, like, real life, it's different, but, like, see, when it comes to, like, anything to do with, like, anything online at all, I'm like, oh, right, okay, you know what I mean? Like, don't take it seriously, like, it's fine. It's you don't have to die on the hill every day of the week, you know what I mean? Like, this fuck, I don't even know where to
Weird
go.
the dime, but hey, at least you're dead.
Oh, I feel so done. I feel dumb from it all. Is there anything else worth adding at all? Yeah, so you know what my advice is? My advice is, if you're looking to get into writing RPG books, if you're looking to, like, if that's something that you've thought about for a very long time, I would say do it. I honestly would say do it, but don't let the other people, like, especially a lot of them. It takes a freak to get into RPG writing. I'm just putting it out there, and I'm a freak myself. Garbu, you're a fucking...
We're the biggest freaks
Garbu,
around.
you're a fucking freak. You have to be a bit of a freak. You just do. You just do.
Broken. A bit broken.
That sounds worse almost. Yeah, you need to have some character flaws. You need to be a bit quirky. You need to be wacky. You know what I mean? You need to be kind of on the spectrum to a wee bit, to a certain extent. You know, and a lot of the guys are fucking insane. I would say honestly, like, the best asset class. Like, you know, I know a lot of you boys are really into crypto and stuff, and like everyone who's like, oh, crypto, best asset class in the world. You know, it's went up and up and up. It's like, no, and then there's other boys like, no, silver's the best asset class in the world. It's best. I love it. This and that. And I love my precious metals. I love my crypto. But do you want to know what the actual best asset class in the entire world is by such a big margin? It's ridiculous. Good marketing.
Oh, marketing. Oh, sorry.
Good marketing is the best asset class in the entire world. People too, but that's illegal now. You can't use people as assets anymore.
Oh, sorry.
That got done away a long time ago. So that's all right. You know.
Sorry, you can't legally do it. My apologies.
Can't legally do it, but you can probably do it in, like, China or something, which is what we're doing with a deck of many triggers, because you would never find a Western company that would be willing to produce a deck of triggers anywhere, and the Chinese have finally pulled through, and they made me my box, and it's all ready, and I'm going to get some photos taken with it tomorrow. The photos won't be ready tomorrow. I'm just leaving it in with the photographer, and you know, the funny thing is, the photographer, like, she normally does, like, baby photos and stuff, you know what I mean, but I've got her to do, like, some product photos before you pass, and they came out
She's like,
quite nice.
Oh god, it's James.
Yeah.
I'll do your box photos.
Yeah. So they came out quite well. Look, they came out quite well. Anyway, look, keep an eye out for that. I'm going to let you guys know. I think, will we do a live stream when it goes live? Yeah, we probably should.
Sure.
Do you want to do something like that? I feel like we should, because
Sure.
otherwise, like, you know, it's going to be a week away, and then it's like, oh yeah, okay, by the way, guys, it's been up. But even then, like, you know, we're going to be running this one for like 60 days anyway.
The Kickstarter?
Yeah, well, it's not Kickstarter. Crowdfunder. I'm just like, yes.
Sorry, crowdfunder.
Crowdfunder. I know.
It's different.
It's different because it's not actually on Kickstarter, but it's going to operate the exact same way. Look, I don't want to get too much into it, but trust me, you guys are going to have a lot of fun with it. That's all I can say. Well, the only thing I'm kind of sad about with the deck of triggers is I can't use a lot of, like, other style marketing, because let's be serious, like, so say I did, like, normie tier marketing for the deck of triggers, the type of people that would be attracted by the normie tier marketing is not the type of people I want buying the deck of triggers, and they're going to get all uppity with me, and they're like, I demand a refund. Look at how hateful this is.
I didn't read anything in the description. You're the problem.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's exactly what I'm going to get. So again, it's one of those ones. I would like. You guys are going to have a lot of fun with them. Is there anything else worth adding? Is there anything else worth saying? Or are we going to just?
We should do a thing where the viewers send in the advice they want from us, and we address it directly.
All right, okay, yeah. If you guys want, leave comments down below about what advice, or tell or tell us why our advice is fucking dog shit. It's like, James, what do you mean you just don't?
I can't wait for the next Garbro TG hate thread.
Garber, like, what? They fucking.
There've been 2. I've had 2 hate threads, bro.
I don't get why. Like, honestly, I think the guy just, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny though at this point. You know what it is? It's because you kick the bear. You enjoy fighting with people. I just, and I think people know at this point. Like, I just don't engage. I just kind of look at stuff and be like, all right, okay, and just keep moving. You know what I mean? I think that might be what it is. You love to bite. I think that it, yeah, you bite. You fucking do bite.
Grar, I'm a big scary bear.
Rawr.
I love biting.
You know what? Me and Ozzy were watching. Me and Ozzy were watching Inside Out, and you need to watch it.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's honestly, the first one was outstanding. I haven't seen the second one, but I put it on anyway because Ozzy really liked it. Him and Megan watched it the other day, so and he asked for it. I was like, all right, I'll put it on. And so in the movie, they moved to like San Francisco or whatever.
Yeah, it's a big city.
Yeah, and at the start of it or whatever, they say something about there's no bears in San Francisco, and I'm like, wait, hold up a second here.
There are a lot of bears in San Francisco, my brother.
I was like, is that what?
And they are just as hairy as the other ones. Let me tell you.
Is that like was that like an adult joke that they put in? You know what I mean? It must have been. It must have been.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. It was like, what? Hold up a minute here, guys. Hold up. Anyway, is anything worth adding? Any advice? Anything else worth topping on this?
It's easier to address. It's easier to address things that are particular than trying to give overarching, fucking sayisms. It's easy to go, okay, you have this problem, here's how you should have fixed that. It's easier to do.
Everything is modular, and are you telling me circumstances can dictate what the right situation is? What?
Who could have seen this coming?
What?
That's
no,
crazy.
That's not right. Anyway, like, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I don't really know where else to go. I feel like this. How much advice was actually in this video? Absolutely nothing. It was fuck all.
There's some good ones in there.
I don't really think. Some maybe. I don't know.
Just not a lot.
Like, you know what, guys? Just fucking enjoy your game. All right. You know what? Don't take things too seriously.
Just have fun with your friends.
Just have fucking fun with your friends. Get the beers out. You know what? I'm not even joking. See, in Prague, I reckon me and the boys drank like a wheelie bin of beer. You know what I mean? Alone. Like, it was bad. Honest to God, it was fucking insane. I've never drank that much in my life. Same mate Lee, I've never seen someone drink so much in my life. Like, I mean, he was tanking them into him. Like, everywhere we went, he was like 2 or 3 beers ahead of us, and it was actually good. I've never, like, I know the boy can drink, but I've never seen someone like just tank it into them like that. Also, do you know what Europers are like when it comes to pouring pints? What are American pints like? Do you
Americans a pint?
No, yeah. Like, let me get an example photo here. Hold up.
I mean, you pour them in a pint glasses.
But what's the heads like on them? Like, what do you do with the heads?
Like, there's just enough head to where it's a little bit frothy and creamy, but you don't like have like a lot of head because you want most of the beer to be in there.
Right, hold up. Let me get you fucking an example of one of the fucking pints. And this was probably like one of the least heady pints I've ever I got over there. It was actually ridiculous. Like, these guys, like, see if it was over here, they'd be getting fucking sent back. You know what I mean? Like, that would be considered a fucking insult.
What the fuck did you just give me?
Yeah, it is. It's like, what the fuck is that, man? You know what I mean? Hold up. Right. There we go. That's one of them. Oh, wait. Back. There we go. That's one of them. And that was mild. That was like a mild one.
Oh, like that's a German head. And that's one of the things that even I know is that the Germans have, or at least the German area, like Germany, Austria, fucking
Czech Republic,
Poland. Yeah, that kind of shit. They have really big, thick heads on theirs.
Mate,
it's just something they do.
That'd be getting fucked around you over here. I'm telling you right now. That's ridiculous.
See, usually for us, our pint heads have like maybe an inch of foam.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, I want my drink. I don't want fucking foam. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like,
angry Irish noises. How dare you?
If this is probably the worst thing Germany has ever done. Okay, I'm putting that out there right now. This is a crime. This is worse than Presbyterianism.
This is worse than a certain crime.
This is right. Okay, you know what, guys? Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Back to Deck of Triggers. If it's out and you're watching this by now, I'll let you guys know if it's out. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Does that sound good?
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Like that, do you fucking dirty slut? You fucking slut.
You like that, do you?
Fucking okay, I'm just gonna cut now. I haven't actually ended the video, by the way. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Is that how you talk to your wife? Or that?